Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that is at the root of all manifestations, which literally will be the deal breaker between creating what you want or continuing to create what you don't want, and that is your beliefs. And more specifically, what you do when you have beliefs or evidence from your past that is in conflict with what you want to manifest. So for example, I want to manifest more abundance, more riches. I want to manifest this really rich, prosperous life. But when I look at the past, there's no signs of that. Or I want to manifest this really successful business that brings in all this financial abundance, but I haven't done it yet, or I've tried in the past and I failed. So how do you bridge that gap, and what do you do when evidence is showing you that you haven't done it yet and it's harder to create that belief? Now, the reason I bring this up is because, as I have shared on this channel before, I am really obsessed with this book, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I have studied and learned about manifestation, intentional creation from so many different aspects, from the quantum physics point of view, from the more scientific point of view, through to the more somatic point of view, our nervous system work, our energetics, and then also through the lens of the conscious mind. All right, what are we doing consciously to recreate things? And this book really just has kind of been the thread throughout all of them to bring it all together, and has given me just so many aha moments, which I have loved. And I was outside sipping a coffee in the sunshine, something I have very intentionally manifested for myself in my life. And I read something that just made me go, okay, I had a different plan for what I wanted to speak about today, but I have got to share this because this hit me so hard, like, wow. And so the author says, and he's in the chapter about how to use the power of your rational thinking to manifest what you want. And the author says, your failures were a means to an end and not the end, right? So often the reason people have a difficulty with acting as if, it was a question that's come up here in the community already, like, how do you act as if when everything from your past or maybe even your present is telling you that it isn't possible or it hasn't worked out? Like, how do you turn up as this future version of yourself today when you don't feel anything like that yet? And so if you are someone who has experienced any failure in life, congratulations, you've tried something once in life, right? Failure is a necessary part of the journey. So you and I'm sure many other people here can relate to that. If you have experienced a failure at any point, the author really is getting across that was a necessary part of the journey. It was a means to an end, because you wouldn't be where you are today. You have learned from that. You have grown from it. You have literally done your trial and error to see what does and doesn't work. But it wasn't the end, right? It wasn't the end. You're not meant to dwell upon it. And when I was reading this, it really just struck me because in so much of our personal development work, when we do like our subconscious mind work to create, to manifest what we want, we can pull up all these limiting beliefs. We can look at our past and think, okay, I know the past doesn't, equal the future, but I've tried before, it didn't work. I've tried and I failed. And it can begin to play in your mind and make it more difficult to go, hey, this is the vision of what I want. I'm turning up as if, and not have that little voice in your head going, yeah, but you did that before and you failed. It wasn't good. So I just love this because it says the failures were meant to be means to an end, not the end. We were not meant to dwell upon them. But, and here's the key thing, if you keep focusing on them, if you keep focusing on your past failures, when things didn't work out, how it didn't go right, that then becomes the goal. And that was the piece that really struck it for me, because from an energetics point of view, I've heard, where focus goes, energy flows. And that all sounds kind of cool and nice. Like, yeah, I guess if I focus here, my energy is going to go there. But his approach is more from like a very structural point of how our mind works. And it's like this operating mechanism that we feed in a goal, and then everything will come together. Every memory, every failure that has taught us, everything internally in our nervous system, in our brain, in our conscious thinking will come together to achieve that goal. But if we are still focused on our past failures, on when things didn't work out, we are putting that as the goal. So how are we meant to succeed? It is near impossible. And that was such a aha moment, like a breakthrough moment for me, of when we look at, taking control of your mind, taking control of your conscious thoughts, of where are you spending most of your day thinking? Where are you putting your energy and your focus on? Is it what you don't want? Is it what you do want? Like, I've heard that before, but I've never heard it being said this way. Of if you keep focusing on your shortcomings, on your past failures, on why it hasn't worked, you are literally inputting that into your brain as, hi brain, this is the goal for it to be a failure, for it to not work, for it not to be successful. now take all the power within my body, the subconscious mind, the past memories, the learnings, my nervous system, bring it all together online. Now go and achieve that goal, which is failure, right? So this, I hope, just emphasizes the importance that yes, subconscious work is so awesome and necessary, and it's why we do our nervous system regulation, tapping, and all these things. But with our conscious mind, we have a massive amount that we can still do. And that is taking responsibility to consciously direct our focus and our thoughts towards what we do want. I am sure this is not the first time you've heard this, and if it is, that's awesome. But I hope this explanation just gives it a different meaning, because I know from attending the same type of personal development events again and again, like I will have gone to many Tony Robbins UPWs, and the first time I've gone, I've taken in, X amount. But the next time I've gone, I've heard things that I know he would have said before, because he says the same thing every time, but I wasn't ready to hear it, and I didn't hear it in the way that I needed. And then the next time I got the breakthrough. So I hope that this has been that for you, of understanding why, okay, if I'm focused on the things I don't want, that is my input and my goal. And that is why when we talk about things like, having your goal card, having something in front of you, like I have mine here, putting it in front of you, having it with you, every time you see it, every time you touch it, what are you doing? I'm putting my focus there. I'm focusing on this. I'm inputting that goal into my system. It knows what to go and achieve, even when I don't know how, because I don't need to know how. But I'm telling my body, I'm telling my brain, I'm telling everything that works to achieve goals within me, hey, this is what I want to focus on. And when I'm there having a shower or I'm sipping a coffee and my mind goes to wander, where is it going? Is it going into a dark woods of all the crap that happened in my past, all my shortcomings, the things I shouldn't have done, the things I shouldn't have said, or the things that I'm not happy with? Or is it going through the forest of my dreams, my aspirations, my goals, the things I really want to create into my life? Be aware, be at the helm of your thoughts, right? Be the captain of your mind, be the captain of your soul. Direct your thoughts with focus, with intention. It doesn't happen overnight. We have these old patterns that our brain just automatically default goes to start thinking about. So use these prompts. Have your goal card, put up post-it notes, stick it on your coffee mug if you need, put something on your shower door. Remind yourself, especially when you're zoning out, direct my thoughts, focus my thoughts. So that is step number 1. The other thing I just want to add in here is that sometimes people can struggle with, yeah, but I've had X kind of upbringing or X kind of experience, and I just have some really crappy beliefs around it. So, that's just what it is. I'm going to have to go on this really long journey of uncovering all these beliefs and uprooting them and getting rid of them. And yes, subconscious work belief is awesome, but I also want to share, you do not need to dig up your past beliefs in order to succeed. You do not need to dig up past hurts or to dwell on failures. As long as you focus on what you want to achieve, you will get there, all right? And I know plenty of multimillionaires. I have worked with even several billionaires in my days in finance. They were not doing deep subconscious work, but what they were doing was having an unshakable focus on what they wanted to go towards. And that is what was strong enough to overcome their lack of doing any subconscious work. They weren't sitting there and, they weren't doing the nervous system regulation. They weren't uncovering subconscious beliefs and ripping them out, because they just had such a strength of focus on where they wanted to go. And everything in them was like, that is the goal. And even if all this other stuff is there, it's okay, because we are still moving forward towards where we want to be. And so the last thing I want to say is, make up your mind what you will decide to fully believe in, right? Decide. You get to choose. Yes, there might be old beliefs hanging around. Yes, there might be, a long list of reasons why it shouldn't work out or why it can't, because of look at all the past failures. It doesn't matter. When you decide, I am going to decide that I am the kind of person who deserves to live that kind of life. I decide that I'm the kind of person who is worthy of making that level of money. I'm the kind of person who is deserving to build that kind of company. I'm the kind of person with the skill set and the talent and the ability to grow this amazing community and impact so many people. I am that person, and I am becoming that person more and more every single day. I deserve this. I have my goal card. I know where I'm going. Keep putting that into this system, this machine that your body is, that your brain is, that your nervous system is. Everything is online to fulfill that goal, and keep moving forward. In summary, I hope you have enjoyed this video to remind yourself that even with some crappy beliefs hanging around, you can still move forward. You don't have to spend years figuring them out, uncovering them, dealing with them. Get clear on what your focus is, move forward, decide what you want to believe in, decide the kind of person you want to be, and use your conscious mind to help you direct all of your energy and focus to that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe on this journey. It brings me so much joy every day when I see new people coming in to join us and you're leaving comments, and it's just amazing. And I always will get back to each and every one of you. I really appreciate you being here. We are going to go on a magic journey. As one of our amazing members said, we're bringing the yin, the more inner work to wealth creation. We have another channel with all the strategy work over at the Witch of Wall Street if you're looking for more investing, personal finance things. But here I want to keep this the space where we get to dive into the juiciness, the magic of the internal world, which is truly, you are infinite, so we can create infinite results here as well. It is limitless, and so are you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.